The train keeps on chugging as the Toronto Raptors beat the Brooklyn Nets 122-105 and improved to 32-12 on the year. And Raptor fans, before we talk about this game at hand, some good solid news. The Atlanta Hawks beat the Philadelphia 76ers, and the Washington Wizards beat the Milwaukee Bucks without Giannis Antetokounmpo. You saw the hole that he made, and they lost to the Wizards. So with that said, the Raptors now own the best seed in the Eastern Conference. Now, forgetting about that and talking about this game, it was a very bad first quarter. I think we can all attest to that. The offense was struggling until the latter parts. Well, it was more or less back and forth until the Nets caught fire. And the reason being, first off, they were getting wide open looks from three. Second of all, their dribble penetration was wide open. There was nobody inside trying to make anything difficult in that first quarter. Raptors stuck 7, 35-28 after one. I don't know what Nick Nurse said. I don't know what Lowry might have said. I don't know what anybody said during that huddle going into the second quarter. But things just changed. Because the Raptor bench came out there and they started showing a little bit of energy coming off the bench. And then the starting unit got back out there to end the first half. And then things started to change. The Raptors, after giving up 35 in the first quarter, gave up 18 in the second quarter. And the offense gets a rolling. 36 points scored by the Raptors. What a job. They double the scoring of the Brooklyn Nets. And my goodness, I don't even know what the score was at the end of the break. I'm going to say plus 11, plus 12, something along those lines at halftime. Exactly the way you want to see it, but you can't sit back. And the Raptors do not. They come out in the third quarter and they continue that same energy on the defensive side of the basketball. Lowry digging in. Kawhi playing great D. Ibaka being a presence on the inside. Danny Green diving for every loose ball. That first unit, that starting unit was impeccable. The reason being, let me just say this. Plus 20, Pascal Siakam. Plus 24, Kawhi Leonard. Plus 1, Kyle Lowry, which is kind of odd. Plus 13, Serge Ibaka. And plus 13, Danny Green. The starting unit got the job done after the first quarter was over. The first quarter was rough. Nobody wanted to play any defense. But then after that, the Raptors just absolutely dominated the Brooklyn Nets. And yes, the Raptors lost the fourth quarter 30-23. However, your whole starting unit did not touch the floor in the fourth quarter. The Nets did get it down to 12 at one point, and I'm sitting here like, okay, boys, can we kind of counterpunch here? Nick Nurse calls a timeout, and the Raptors come out, and they go on like a nice 4-6-0 run, and we're like, oh, that's much better. We talked about it a couple of videos ago in the Indiana game, how the Raptors had 8 guys in double figures, and that was the first time in a couple of years I think that happened. Today, same thing. The Raptors have 8 different scorers in double figures. Siakam with 16. Kawhi with 20. He had 11 rebounds as well. He only played 27 minutes because he didn't play the fourth. Ibaka had 14 and 9 rebounds as well. DeLon Wright with 12. OG with 13. Powell with 13. Van Vliet with 10. And Big Moose underneath, he had 10 points and 8 rebounds as well. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys, basically your entire bench unit, gave you double figures. We have not seen this for quite some time. But you know what we're seeing? We're seeing the bench go out there. We're seeing them play hard defense. And with getting Norman Powell back was a huge boost to that bench. Getting Fred VanVleet back on that bench, with obviously Kyle Lowry back, you saw what it did. VanVleet had where is he here? He had 10 points and 5 assists. That brings a huge impact to that bench unit. And Norman Powell, I want to see him. Look, he had 13 points on 5-11 shooting, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. And he was -9 on the floor, but I mean, plus and minus are all wonky stats because Kyle Lowry was somehow a +1 when all the other starters were +10, and above. Very, very odd there. But Norman Powell had a good game. I really liked his game tonight. I want to see it on a consistent basis, though. We've seen it kind of in and out for Norman Powell, but what I saw tonight was really damn good. Moose was active all over the place. Like I said, 10 points, 8 boards. He looked fantastic. Everything past the first quarter and that one 14-0 stretch they went on to cut it to 12 points, the Raptors looked fantastic. And you know why? These guys are getting healthy. Lowry's back. And guys, I know Lowry only had 4 points. Agreed. He only shot 3 shots. I would love to see him take some more. I mean, I love the assist total. He had 8 assists in the game today. That's nice. But I want to see him shoot a little bit more. He has the shot. We know he can do it. So let it fly, kid. I don't know if he's hurting that bad that a shot, it makes it that much of an impact. And if that's the case, oh boy. But you saw that this team play such a good game today. Danny Green, guys, as much as he only had 8 points and 4 assists, he did shoot 50%, 2 of 4, 2 of 3 from 3. He had 3 steals and 2 blocks as well. Incredible job. And obviously Kawhi Leonard with the 20 points. That is the 18th consecutive 20-point game for Kawhi Leonard as of right now. That leads the NBA. And he's firing on all cylinders. The Raptors have won 4 straight games. They're 20 games over 500, 32-12, and they're feeling great. All right, so the next game for the Raptors before we, kind of, talk a little bit more about everything. The Raptors head to Washington on Sunday. So the Raptors have their nice little home stretch, 3 games, and you win all 3. That's exactly what you want to do on your home court. The Raptors are a very dominant team on home court. What are they? 17-4. Actually, no, wait, hold on. It's 18-4 with the win today. And the Raptors are still 14-8 on the road, which isn't too bad whatsoever. What a great job by this Raptor team on home court. We saw they had the best home record last year on home court. You'll want to keep that going. You really do. And so far, 17-4, pretty damn good if you ask me. So like I said, Sunday they take on the Washington Wizards in Washington, 1 o'clock tip-off. It's an afternoon game. I'm not sure right now, guys, if that video will be uploaded to you guys early, like directly after the game, because I'll be at my girlfriend's, but I'm not sure if it's going to be then directly after the game or later on that night, kind of around this time. But, again, I'll keep you guys posted on Twitter. The links are in the description for Twitter, guys, so go check that out down below. But I was really impressed with this team's performance tonight. We coming into the game, we all hear about the Brooklyn Nets being that team that's been surprising everybody. They're 7th place in the Eastern Conference. They went on that crazy tear not too long ago. And they're not a bad team. The Raptors come out today, and with the exception of the first quarter and that stretch in the fourth quarter, the Raptors ate them alive. The defense by this team, and you know what the difference was? We talked about them being able to drive on anything and nothing on the inside, right? The Raptors had no defense on the inside whatsoever in that first quarter. The fast break points were also, in favor of the Brooklyn Nets at that time. And then the second, third quarter, and fourth quarter rolls around, and the defense just tightens up. Nothing easy on the inside. They make everything difficult. And fast break points went from about 10-8 for them, 29-14 in favor of the Toronto Raptors. Points in the paint plus 22 in favor of the Raptors. What a great job. It was the offensive glass. It's always the thing we want to look at. The Raptors were plus 4. Jared Allen is a great rebounder. However, the Raptors were plus 4 in the offensive glass. That's a big credit to Moose because he was all over the place in the game today. The Raptors don't shoot the ball that well, though. I'm looking at it here. They only shoot 46% from the field, 31% from 3, and 62% from the free throw line. Yet they score 122 points. You know why that is? The Raptors force 17 turnovers, and they get a lot of shots. They had 105 shots to their 88. You make the same amount of threes. I'm trying to find 31 assists. That's a big number we want to look at, right? With Kyle Lowry out of the lineup, the assist numbers were a little bit lower, sometimes below the 20 mark. But with him back, it's been between 25 and 30. And in this game, you see it, 31 points. And then, like we said, the defense really tightened up. 10 steals to their 4, 5 blocks to their 4. Incredible job tonight by the Raptors. But look, January is a really tough month. because it's that middle month where there's nothing really going on and you just kind of get closer to the playoffs. December and now is a really, really tough time. But the Raptors are going through it like it's any regular season game. They're working hard, they're playing hard, and they're getting dubs. That's what you want to see. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. You guys enjoyed this video, and you guys enjoyed the win today. Smack that like button. I do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below, guys. What'd you think of the game? Who's your MVP in the game today? Kawhi Leonard, I think we all got agree it's Kawhi. I mean, my goodness, another double-double for him, and he had 20 points and 10 rebounds in a matter of 27 minutes. He was incredible. You can give it to Siakam as well. I thought he was spectacular. You can give it to the entire bench because they were great as well. I think they combined for like 60 points or something like that. That's incredible. We have not seen that in quite some time from the bench mob. I want to start calling them that again. If tonight is anything, I want to see that continue. What was your impressions about today's game? What do you think of the first quarter compared to the rest of the game? And I want to hear what you guys have to say about anything and everything Raptors wise. What do you think of the Patrick McCaw? I want to think it's Patrick, isn't it? I'm just gonna look that up here before we end off the video, guys. I don't want to sound like an absolute idiot. It's Patrick McCaw. Yeah, okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure I was correct on that one. What do you think of that pickup? I mean, I don't think he's going to impact the team too much. But he's won a championship. He has that mentality, so it's always good to have around the team, all right? So, guys, Evan and I will talk to you guys podcast edition sometime next week. Links are in the description for the podcast channel and for the podcast itself on iTunes, guys. Twitter is also down below. Follow up, send me a DM, do all that great stuff, and I will talk to you guys Leafs edition tomorrow night as the Buds are at home at Scotiabank Arena taking on the Boston Bruins. Bruins lost their last game. Leafs won their last game. It's a 4-point gap between the Leafs and the Bruins. The Leafs would love to make that a 6-point gap. Big game there tomorrow night against the big bad Boston Bruins at Scotiabank Arena. I think it's 7 o'clock puck drop there on Hockey Night in Canada. And as for the Toronto Raptors, guys, like we said a little bit earlier, the Raptors are taking on the Washington Wizards in Washington, who just beat Milwaukee there. Milwaukee? Yeah, Milwaukee there tonight. You can't take them lightly. Bradley Beal is still there and is still very good. You can't take them lightly. 1 o'clock tip-off there in Washington, D.C. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you guys then.